Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, Pro Bowler Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders as they take on Josh Rosen and the Arizona Cardinals. With that, let's get out to the desert. Standing by in Glendale, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis on hand. And, Charles, we've got two teams here certainly with something to prove after a disappointing 2017.
Let's be honest about it. Their playoff aspirations, they went splat, didn't they? They've got to prove now to themselves and to their fans. Are they one of those teams that's ready to move back up, or are they one of those teams that really has to rebuild?
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I spent plenty of time this offseason listening to people debate about whether Derek Carr is actually a top 10 quarterback in the NFL or whether he's more a middle-of-the-pack guy. If he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, then you're thinking playoffs for your team.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. A first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Let's meet the starters on the defensive side of the football for Arizona.
And let's talk about Robert Kimdichie, their first-round pick out of Mississippi. I still remember him coming out of high school. An absolute terror, maybe the best high school prospect in the nation. People look to see if his motor is going to run high all the time, because when it does, he is something else.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Now Carr again. And that's complete to LaFell. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Carr now on 1st down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Carr gives to Marshawn, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from the desert after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the left hash, this from 39. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, here's Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. Third down here. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's got Gresham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Rosen to throw again. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, it's Rosen. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. 3-19.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders have recovered. So the coach putting the blitz on, and remember, that coach, former defender in this league, he loves this.
Yeah, they love to see it happen because I think they just have that flashback about when they were playing, right? And that's what we were taught. That's what we did. And they've used that same impact with their own teams and do the same type of teaching.
Oakland takes the field again, and that week 4 that they had was, I don't know, you guess you call it a relief win because they were 0-3. Looked like they might drop to 0-4 against the Browns. But for John Gruden, it had been over 6,100 days since his last victory. Now, obviously, he had stepped away from the game, but that had to feel good for him.
Had to feel good for him, had to feel good for his team, good for the Raiders nation, the franchise, you name it. Everyone had to feel a little bit of sense of relief. And his quarterback, Derek Carr, for the most part this season, has played awfully well. How about this past game? 437 yards, 4 touchdowns, threw it 58 times in the win over the Browns.
Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Operating from the gun, Carr. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From midfield, here's Carr. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? This is TJ Logan to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They pitched a shutout in the first half. Can they keep it going here? I mean, maybe when is their offense also going to get going too? That's another question.
That's a great one, because what they're hoping is that the wave that they're riding right now, which is being really good on defense, has enough to carry the offense along with them and bring them to the front and find a way to score some points.
Yeah, all zeros right now. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, it's Rosen. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go now.
A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And incomplete here on 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Andy Lee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Roberts with it over the middle. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, the run with Lynch. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Back to the ground, Lynch. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run again with Lynch. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson.
Still second down.
Following the penalty, Lynch. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Handoff comes to Lynch. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Well, it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? In the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, But which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bruce Irvin in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. Caught right side, Gresham. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left. To throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And Gresham has it left side. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Set. 319. 319.
Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.